I don't think it's a situation where the wheels are going to fall off. That's just not going to happen. He's a veteran. I know he's a rookie here, but he's a veteran. He knows how to pitch. He's very confident on the mound.
We have a brand new show as part of the Foul Territory Network. It is called Northside Territory. The stars of that show joining us right now, right after their debut episode, which dropped this morning. Patrick Mooney and Sahadev Sharma joining us from The Athletic right now. Great to see you both. And I'll address you one at a time so I don't confuse everyone, because we've got 4 boxes here going on right now. But first off, Patrick, how excited are you to launch this with your buddy, and you two obviously covering the team on a daily basis for The Athletic, and now to kind of re-bring this out to the world? Many fans missed you.
No, I mean, we have followed you guys from the start, and I think kind of your compass on this is what we do at The Athletic. Of we may have different perspectives or find out different stuff, but we all want to take readers, our audience, our listeners to the same place, right? Of like, what's going on in the clubhouse, what's going on in the front office, like what information can we get to explain what's happening. And honestly, part of it, I just kept hearing Eric Kratz explain how like sloppy the 2018 Cubs were, and I just need a full download of what Craig Counsell really thought of the Cubs a couple of years ago before he took this job.
Tragic. The Cubs were tragic. As a Brewers lifer now, for the 17 minutes that I played for the Brewers, all I know is that only AJ Pierzynski hates the Cubs worse than a Brewers fan.
There was a lot of good stuff there. They were pitch tipping and stuff like that, and definitely Craig Counsell, we found out, is all about the details.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So, Sahadev, take us through your thoughts on what Patrick just said, but also you can add to that what fans will get with the first episode that's out now.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited to be a part of the Foul Territory team. We've watched from afar. Obviously, our good friend Ken Rosenthal is a part of the network, and when he's a part of something, it's special. The first episode, I think it kind of dropped at a good time. The Cubs are kind of struggling right now. They're still above 500. They're staying afloat, but when things don't go well, fans want to understand why, what's going wrong. This is a team that comes in with high expectations because of Craig Counsell. Craig Counsell was their big free agent signing, right? And they're expected to get every ounce of talent out of this team. And right now, the offense doesn't look like it's supposed to look. And that's a big part of our first episode. And so is, the good, which is Shota Imanaga, who is turning himself into a superstar. This is remarkable what he's doing, right? And it's pretty fun to watch and pretty fun to cover. So a little good, a little bad to start it off, but that's typical Cubs baseball. It's going to be the roller coaster of 162 games. I say it a lot, but John Lackey used to get annoyed with us when we'd try and break down one or two games here and there. He said, "You guys act like it's 162 seasons," and he's right. That's what fans want. Fans want to hear every little thing that's going on. We understand it's a long season; things are going to change, but every little up and down, the fans want to ride the roller coaster.
Patrick, Sahadev, good to have you guys on. I want to, either one of you guys can answer this question. You talk about the struggles of the offense, but there have also been a few injuries early on and guys still trying to catch their rhythm. I look at it from an optimistic standpoint. You're right there. I think the Cubs are going to catch the Brewers. I truly do. I think they have a deeper team. I think their staff is starting to come around. What is the optimistic outlook on where they are with what they've had to deal with, as well as, Craig Counsell still trying to get acclimated to this team and understanding his guys, because it takes longer than just spring training to win a club over. You have to earn the respect of your guys. So what have you guys seeing or hearing on the optimistic outlook on where they are with what they've been through this early part of the season?
Yeah, I would The offense, you're absolutely right. The offense isn't up to full speed just yet. And when Seiya Suzuki and Cody Bellinger really get back in the rhythm, I expect them to have two stars, two guys that kind of put fear in the opposition. They've also hit a stretch where it's just like every pitcher every other day is really talented ever since they went to Boston. And I know some of these guys aren't big names, but Cutter Crawford, Tanner Houck, they're having great seasons. That just kind of started them on a run of like they're in a rut, and those guys were hurt during that stretch, and now the pitching is still like Dylan Cease, Jared Jones, Paul Skeens, Mitch Keller. I know the Pirates aren't this terrifying team, but when you're kind of in a rut, it just seeing it tough pitching is just going to add to it. Doesn't make it easy. I agree. I expect this team to turn things around. I expect this team to be much better than they have been. The fact that they're 4 games over 500, I feel like is a win for them right now. And the offense was 6th in runs scored last year. Some of the most productive offense the Cubs have had this century, among the top 3 or 4 most productive offenses they've had. So I expect that to be better than last year. It's hard to do that. It's hard to repeat things like that, but there are certain guys that need to step up, but being healthy and when they get Nico Horner and Dansby Swanson back, I know they're not the thump of the lineup, but they're not hitting in general. So they just need guys that put up really good at bats and kind of lengthen that lineup out.
So what is the thump of their lineup? What is the Cubs thump of the lineup to, like, if they were like a home run slugging team and they go through a tough stretch like you were talking about, but they're not. They're not a home run hitting team, so they can't go through tough stretches. Unless I'm missing, and I get it, you're going to say, well, Christopher Morel, he hits the ball really good. He can really compact the ball with his barrels. Like, what's the thump? Because the guy you signed back in Cody Bellinger only had 25 homers. I'm not saying that it's not thump, and I know he's a 42 home run guy in his rookie year, but where's the thump at?
That's a great question. I mean, Cam, you've known Jed Hoyer a long time, and he is obsessed with depth, and he is not as into that star power or making headlines. And that's been something that we've talked about for a long time of like, who is that force that can carry a team? And right now you're not seeing it. There's hopes. I can't do the voice, but Christopher Morel would be one they would point to. Seiya Suzuki, in their mind, has all the attributes, kind of the swing qualities and decision-making capabilities to be a great middle-of-the-order hitter. He hasn't quite stayed healthy enough or consistent enough to be that. So, yeah, and that hitter's not really coming through the farm system either. It's not like they had, a Chris Bryant or Kyle Schwarber waiting to like pop here. And we all know how big that gap is between like AAA and the majors now. So the star right now is Shota. I mean, they've been getting by on pitching and kind of piecing it together with depth. And I think the optimism we talked about earlier was there. And just in the last couple of days where it's really kind of started to wear a little thin.
Get after it, Cam. I know you wanted to ask about it.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I do. I got a few questions for these guys. I'm gonna ask Patrick. Right now, what is the temperature? We talk about that pop, that thump, that meat. Where is it gonna come from? But what we haven't talked about is my good friend, and I want to check his. What's the temperature of in Happ? We talk about the possibility of where offense can go. And we talk about Seiya, I think he's going to be fine because, he is a guy that understands the zone. I think Belly is going to be okay. But in Happ is an integral part of the success that the Cubs are going to have. We look at how he struggled after the past few seasons coming along, looking like he was really going to be that guy. And I still think he is. What's his temperature? What's the team's temperature? We can talk about Kyle Hendricks, but how much are they relying on in Happ to get back to the guy that they know he has to be?
Yeah, I mean, no doubt that's been a big part of this underperforming offense. And Ian has been a little streaky over his career. I think it was the 21 trade deadline there where he was really kind of lost and then took off again. after they traded away Javi and Rizzo and KB. And so, yeah, they're waiting for that. And I think that's kind of an interesting part here of like, okay, Mike Tauchman is playing really well as a role player. Pete Crow Armstrong is your best defensive center fielder. Like, how much patience is a new manager going to have? And I still think Ian Happ's track record warrants some faith here. He's a really, as you know, Cam, a smart, hardworking player who thinks about his craft in the game all the time. That's become a big part of this team's culture, that they are not the team that's kind of like tipping all their pitches and kind of blowing off batting practice. Like, it's a really connected group, and Ian has to get out of that for this offense to reach its full capabilities, no doubt.
Let's have some fun with pitching. Sahadev, I got two for you. Shota Imanaga dazzling again this weekend, and fans want to know how sustainable it is. Number two, way more overlooked, Javier Assad and what he's done with this team right now.
Yeah, how sustainable is Shota? I'm just as curious as that. I mean, he can't do this, right? That's not possible. He can't have a sub-1 ERA for a full season. I understand that. I think the big thing is, he's got this carry fastball. How does that translate when the summer months really hit? It has been a pitcher's weather for the most part at Wrigley Field. He has not faced a lineup twice just yet. I want to see how those things go. I don't think it's a situation where the wheels are going to fall off. That's just not going to happen. He's a veteran. I know he's a rookie here, but he's a veteran. He knows how to pitch. He's very confident on the mound. There are going to be bad games. He's going to give up multiple homers in a game. He's going to have a bad outing. It's going to happen eventually. I think he's the type of guy that knows how to adjust. He has more pitches than just that splitter and the four-seamer that's really hard to pick up for the hitters. He has breaking balls. He knows how to pitch. I think he's going to be a very good pitcher for the remainder of this season. I just, it's impossible to live up to this standard, but it's been insane to watch and doing research and seeing, the names that pop up. Like I wasn't old enough to watch Fernando Valenzuela dominate, but I certainly heard about it. And it's kind of cool to see something similar in the sense that this guy he knows how to perform on the mound too. He knows how to play up for the crowd. The fans love him. Assad is... Man, I've talked to some of the players about it too, and they're like, after a while, you just have to say, hey, this guy's good. Stop wondering what's going on. Stop saying it's small sample size or he doesn't have nasty stuff or anything like that. Yeah, maybe he's not throwing 97. Maybe he doesn't have this ridiculous breaking ball. He knows how to pitch. He knows how to get outs, and he's got a really good two-seamer. Craig Counsell tries to hammer that to us after every start. He just wants to make sure we understand that's a really good pitch. Hitters have a tough time picking it up. He knows how to get that right on the edge. They think it's a ball. It comes right back into the zone. I did not expect this from Javier Assad. I had a friend that's a scout that saw him back in pre-pandemic when he was in low A or something like that and told me to watch him, but he said he needs to gain a ton of velocity, but he knows how to pitch. He saw that back then. The fact that they teased out more velocity and now he's up here and doing this among the best pitchers in baseball, I don't think anybody saw that. They're thrilled with it, obviously. But to have a 1-2 punch like that, I don't think many people expected that to be the 1-2 punch.
Look, I'm gonna pull a Kratzy and I'm gonna get straight to it. Let's just address the elephant in the room. Where are we on Kyle Hendricks, the longest tenured Cub? We're hearing a lot of rumblings about him being in limbo right now. If he is in limbo, what is his role moving forward? Is it, giving him a break to kind of mentally reset? Is it moving him to a long relief type of role? What's going on with Kyle Hendricks, who I know is a guy that all of those guys respect in that clubhouse? He's done it at a high level. He's got a lot of outs, a lot of big outs for the Cubs. Where are the Cubs right now, Kyle Hendricks?
I think, if you're putting together a list of like the most impactful pitchers in Cubs history, Kyle Hendricks is certainly towards the top. Like, he kind of turbocharged that rebuild, and like you said, Cam, is just an amazing representative for the team, young pitchers flock to him. Everyone wants to hear his perspective on things. Really kind of an institution around the team, but that history didn't really do too much for Craig Counsell, right? Like there's respect there, but there's not a super long personal relationship, and just the results have not been there. And so I think the Cubs still have so many pitchers on the injured list that I don't know if they would feel great about just kind of cutting ties at this point, given the rate of injuries and just how many innings they have to cover and the respect that they have for Kyle. But their starter for Thursday is TBD, and I think they're going to take this off day to give some space to kind of think about things and how they can kind of get Kyle back on track. But it's really been hard to watch, and the awkward part of this first third of the season has been the Cubs kind of like overcoming adversity, keeping their heads above water, and Kyle Hendricks just hasn't been a part of it in that way. As good as Shota has been, like a 99th percentile outcome, Kyle Hendricks has been the total opposite of that.
All right, this is the last one for me, for us. Patrick, we need to get the territory fans connected with you guys. So Sahadev, this is not connected to you, but this is for Cubs fans to connect to Northside territory. We just got to make sure that Cubs fans know we don't have Kyle Chandler on Northside territory. Have you ever been mistaken for the dad from Friday Night Lights?
I have not. That's
just so Cubs fans know, this is not your Northside territory guy. Okay.
I need to get a sweet windbreaker like that. Maybe like a Northside territory windbreaker and some the 70s bike shorts that Joe Madden would wear in spring training with the high socks. Like that could be a good look for us.
And a whistle.
Yes, for sure.
For sure.
We need a tagline too. A clear eyes, full hearts can't lose tagline. Something to play off that.
It's got an undefeated look, we just won 48-0 or something, right? It's a little bit smug.
It's a smug look. That's not a Cubs look. That's more like a Dodgers after the offseason look. Yeah. A Cubs look is totally different than that.
That's not a lovable loser look.
No, it's not. It's
no,
not.
Exactly. Well, there you go. Something for the casual fans to digest. Guys, congrats. Awesome to have you on the FT network. We're excited about this. We'll keep letting the world know where they can get their hyper-focused Cubs content. Actually, on that note, this show, Foul Territory, is hosted by all former major leaguers plus me, just trying to keep up with these guys, right? So we are into daily health, energy, gut health, the whole deal. Pretty obvious. So we want to talk about AG1. I first gave AG1 a try because a friend recommended it to me a while back, and it's helped me on many levels. Focus, stress, gut health, big one for me. I'm also allergic to gluten and dairy, and this covers both categories there. So make sure you take ownership of your health by visiting drinkag1.com/foul. But I'm not the only one. Because this on the desk here right now, and I've been on the road a lot, so I've got my travel packets. Mr. Kratz is drinking AG1 as well.
Dude, the travel packets are a game changer. Just this weekend, we took it to Kansas City. You're in a hotel. They're not all of it. Yes, you can find the juice places, but it's nothing like what's in these packs. Mm-hmm. For me, just the energy that I have, and I just feel more alert because I don't drink energy drinks.
Yep.
And it's great. It is awesome. Obviously at home it's awesome, but the travel packs are the real G.
Listen, I know I'm 37. I know I look great, but I'm looking out. I'm checking the mail for my packets. I'm checking the mail for my packets, Kratzy.
This is what happens. You recommend to a family or friend. So we got you then, okay? So you replace your multivitamin just with AG1. You don't need, to fill up your shelf. Just it's one packet, or obviously you have the tub and one scoop, which includes prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes for gut support, and yes, you can recommend it to friends, formulated based on the latest science and maintains high quality standards if you're of age. It's kind of one size fits all, which is great. So it's a foundational nutritional supplement that supports your body's universal needs like optimization, stress management, and immune support. Since 2010, AG1 has led the future of foundational nutrition, continuously refining their formula to create a smarter, better way to elevate your baseline health. And if there's one product we would recommend to elevate your health, it is AG1. So we're excited to welcome them as a new partner to the FT fam. So if you want to take ownership of your health, it starts with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/foul, F-O-U-L. That's drinkag1.com/foul. Go check it out. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
Hey, thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Go check out North Side Territory for a little Cubs talk. They get into Hendricks in depth and Imanaga and some of what we talked about at the top with the offense and Craig Counsell, and you got a lot more of that. 4 times a week. Shows are available. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your pods, go check it out. And they have a YouTube channel that just launched today as well. If you want to hear the audio version of the show on YouTube, go for it. Cool. Another family member.
Love it.
I love it too.
They're starting to compete now a little bit.
Oh, the different shows,
Dodgers, Cubs. Like,
Braves.
I mean, we'll just see. Hey, if Cubs fans are really like that good, they'll start beating out the Dodgers territory. But hey, you know what? Whatever. If Cubs fans don't want to, it's fine.
Yeah,
Right.
it's family and it's competition. It's competitive.
I was about to say, we
family.
need competition over here. We need it. We thrive off of it.
It makes everyone better.
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.